Lord of Decay has need of you.
Epidemius is the tallyman of Nurgle, who is tasked with cataloging every plague and pox within the universe. He is one of the 7 proctors of pestilence, who command the grand legions of plague bearers. His is a never-ending task, for Nurgle's work never slumbers. Epidemius bears the burden with great devotion though. Atop a glorious palanquin held by Nurglings, he rumbles across the battlefield, capturing souls as they leave their decayed bodies. His legions toll bells in celebration at the beautiful sight of souls going to Nurgle's eternal embrace. The Nurglings who carry this herald are not only transportation, but also assistance. They are likely the only quiet Nurglings one will ever see, as they understand their beloved master's sacred work. They secrete ink for Epidemius and gather bits of flesh and mucus for further research. So too do they defend him with their lives. The Herald of Nurgle further draws the grandfather's gaze and blessings with every note taken and each discovery gleaned. The Changeling is Tzeentch's greatest trickster. He is a master of deceit and disguise, holding the incredible power to transform into any living creature. This champion of Tzeentch can morph into an infinite number of things, ranging from a mouse to a carnifex. With this power in mind, he roams the galaxy, playing practical jokes and pranks that result in utter disaster for those on the receiving end. For the most part, Tzeentch allows his champion to do as he pleases because of how amusing his ploys are. One of his feats include impersonating Lord Commander Solar Macarius and ordering a horrible retreat as the real commander charged into the enemy. At another time, he appeared as a keeper of secrets to whom a desperate governor traded his daughter's soul in exchange for a weapon that would quickly end the Dark Angel's siege upon his fortress. When he activated the item, a squad of Deathwing Terminators appeared, as he had actually used a teleport homer. The siege did indeed end quickly. The Skulltaker is Khorne's greatest champion and sacred executioner. When the Blood God created this demon, it cut the head from the first being it met, another bloodletter. Thus began the legacy of Skulltaker, as he wandered the material and immaterial world in search of mighty foes to slay. When this demon known as Uzul took his 888th skull, Khorne allowed him the honor of fighting within the Skull Pit. Here he would decapitate every one of his opponents without receiving a single blow. Pleased, the Blood God would surge power into Uzul, ascending him to the ranks of his greatest warriors and gifting him with the Slayer Sword. His feats are legendary and his duels cruel. Uzul offers the right of single combat, then hacks the limbs from his adversary, lifts them by the head, utters the 8 words of sacrifice, and wreathes their heads in flame until naught but a skull remains. The Masque was once Slaanesh handmaiden, but was cast aside and eternally cursed by the Dark Prince. In the past, this herald would dance and entertain Slaanesh, enthralling him with her impossibly wondrous moves. Unfortunately, after a grave defeat at the hands of Nurgle and Khorne, Slaanesh would despair, only to be greeted by the Masque. The demoness performed one of her most energetic dances in an attempt to raise the spirit of her god. Yet Slaanesh saw this as mockery and insult. He cast her aside, cursing her to dance forever. She now pirouettes across the material and immaterial realms, dancing at Khorne's gates, across the circles of Slaanesh, and upon countless battlefields. She enacts the great tales of her god, and the performances are truly enthralling. Mortals drop their weapons and join the herald as she moves, dancing as if they had rehearsed for such a part. Oftentimes, they will end the performance by clawing their eyes and throats out, or be cut down by the graceful dancer herself.